midwife, and I'm going to be looking after you.
Midwives are responsible for bringing our children safely into the world.
Hello, world! You have to make a very, very intimate relationship with somebody you've never met before in your life.
I apologise.
You've not done anything wrong. You're having a baby, you've not killed someone.
But now they're facing the highest birth rate in 40 years.
It's only women having babies, that's the problem.
Parents are more demanding.
I just don't feel that she's been getting any answers.
And pregnancy is more complicated.
We're worried. Do you know we're worried?
When you see a baby come out like he did, you just think, oh no.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just delivered my first baby. Like the best feeling in the world.
This is what it's really like to be a midwife in Britain today. This is the Wirral, a small peninsula between Liverpool and Wales. It's a place of two worlds divided by the M53. On the west are some of the wealthiest postcodes in Britain. The east is home to some of the most deprived. But no matter where they live, the babies and new mums in the Wirral are looked after by the same team of midwives from Arrowe Park Hospital.
Sometimes on labour ward you have two babies from totally different backgrounds, and you think, one baby's going to go back to a mansion and one baby's not, but whose life's going to be any better? You don't know, do you?
The midwife's job is very different depending on which side of the Wirral they work. Katie works in Birkenhead on the east side.
In Birkenhead, there is like a lot of child protection issues. I have been in houses where the toilet was broke, so they were actually going to the toilet in empty milk tins.
A lot of Katie's time is spent tracking down mums who haven't turned up for their checkups.
It takes up a huge amount of your time, really, following people around. And you think, oh, it'd be easier to turn up to a 15-minute appointment.
The midwives have come up with a plan to deal with women who skip their appointments. They put midwives on the high street. A few doors up from Primark is a drop-in centre, the only one of its kind in the country.
Do you want to feel his little head?
Katie works here regularly. Today, she's seeing 18-year-old Rachel and her boyfriend Tom. Rachel is 7 months pregnant, but hasn't been to her last two midwife appointments.
Oh, how's things been going?
All right.
Okay. So you 31 weeks?
Yeah.
So do you know what you're having?
No.
Nice surprise.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Oh. Measure a little bit under, it's about 28 centimetres. Let's just have a little listen in, baby's heartbeat. Oh, it's a little bit faster. Normal.
Could it be because I've just drank coffee?
It might just be the coffee. But just to be 100% sure, is it alright if we refer you up to the hospital? I'm going to put you on the monitor, you see, for them to have a little listen in. Is that okay?
Yeah, when will that be?
Probably now, is that okay?
Yeah.
There's a number of reasons why people don't come and see the midwife. They don't want to. Sometimes it's like an acknowledgement of the pregnancy. If we've got to go and see a midwife, we've got to acknowledge that, you know, I'm pregnant and this is really happening.
Rachel and Tom are sent to the hospital so the baby can be checked. The midwives want to be sure the baby's heart rate is normal. They'd only been together a month when Rachel got pregnant.
And Mum asked if we were being careful, which we weren't. She told her mum that I bought condoms that were too big for me. That's her mum thinks I'm a bit of a...
It was literally just a drunken thing. We were just messing around and one bottle of Arrowe too much. So.
How did your mum react when you told her?
I was lying in bed and then she must have heard me crying or something, came in and she just asked me, "Are you pregnant?" I was like, "Yeah." And then she just kind of went, "Right. Are you sure you want to keep it?" And I knew like abortion and things like that weren't really an option because I've just seen so many people struggle to even just become pregnant, never mind like miscarriages, nothing like that. Like just because of my age and my circumstances doesn't mean I can just throw away that life so easily. It's my own fault for getting in that mess. If it is a mess, I don't know.
Do you really think it is a mess?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom is planning to move in with Rachel and her mum when the baby arrives.
I don't know, it's quite scary. It's still like a really new relationship and then to be talking about moving in together. It's mental. But you see couples like that one all the time.
I'm Jeremy Kyle.
See, I've just got so many images of myself walking around with a pram with some screaming toddler, or like years later on the school run, starting on hoovering. That's my idea of hell.
Like, I think you don't see how you want to be as a parent, but living around here, you see how you don't want to be and what you don't want to do. Like, I'd rather it hadn't happened now. But now that I'm used to it, I'm excited.
Good for you. Well done.
On the other side of the motorway, West Wirral is a different world. This is where midwife Jan works.
This afternoon we're going to visit a woman who is 36 weeks pregnant and she wants to have a home birth. Hi, Sally.
37-year-old Sally is a business development manager for a multinational company. She's expecting her third child and knows just how she wants this birth to be.
So, home birth and a water pool I would like again.
Pool will be here.
Yeah.
Where's your bathroom for your tubing?
It's just next door.
Right next door.
Yes.
Check those taps and check the pressure that the water comes out at.
Okay.
It'll be lovely.
Yes.
As long as that floor's strong enough.
My first birth was in a hospital and it was really hard and it went on for a long time and it was a bit of an emergency in the end, quite scary. So once maybe you've had not such a good experience, then you'd quite like to try and do the opposite.
When are you going to...
Although midwives encourage women to consider home birth, they also have to mention some of the risks.
Potential complications, and you know for somebody like yourself it's extremely rare for any of these things to happen.
Yeah.
First one on our list, fetal hypoxia is where the baby's oxygen level starts to reduce during the labour. Shoulder dystocia is where the baby's head delivers but the shoulders get stuck. It's placental abruption, where the placenta abrupts or detaches from the wall of the uterus. Umbilical cord prolapse. There's a chance that the cord can come down in front of the baby's head. And what you need to do is immediately push it back inside and dial 999.
Yeah.
So can I ask you to sign this to say that I've been through all those potential complications, to say that you want the pool and that you understand that should these things happen, we would strongly advise you to transfer in, but at the same time you know that they're not likely to happen, and hopefully they won't.
There are some people that do think, how can you put your baby at risk by choosing to have this birth experience and have this home birth? Whereas my view is the opposite. It's that, you know, I think it's the safest way, and I think things that can escalate in hospital and the complications that I had the first time is more risky.
I love home births. I personally had all my 3 children at home. even though I was a labour ward sister at the time. So I'm very in favour of keeping things as normal as possible.
Back at the hospital, Jan is making arrangements for Sally's home birth.
This is the baby resuscitation equipment with the oxygen. Enough oxygen for the baby.
She's preparing a pack she'll send to Sally's house.
This is her pool, and these are the pool kits. Delivery pack. Suture set for stitching, should she need it. Splash glasses to protect our eyes. This is all just in case stuff. You don't actually need much to deliver a baby except a pair of gloves, cord clamp and a pair of scissors.
Jan runs classes for expectant parents in West Wirral. The classes here are almost always oversubscribed.
Most of us, especially when we're having our first baby, realise your tummy's getting quite big and the exit route is quite small. And you start to get a little bit worried about how it's going to fit. Once you're pregnant, you do not have control over your physical body, really. It's happening. It's happening to you. And some people like to be in total control. I find highly educated, well-qualified professional women to need a lot of psychological support. You can dance your way through your labour. Arms round your partner's neck. You can be whispering in her ear to keep her calm. Often you see them sort of think, you know, the baby's in there, but don't really want to think about how it's got to get out, you know, and then pant. I encourage all my women to come to a class like this with their partners. Visualise your cervix just going, opening. Remember, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's not pleasant, but it's got to be done.
Over in the east, Katie is on her way to visit an expectant mum in one of the most deprived areas of Birkenhead. There are more health problems here than in the west, and life expectancy can be as much as 15 years shorter. Katie is making a home visit because the mother didn't turn up for a blood test yesterday.
You alright? How are you getting on, Danielle? Okay. Baby moving okay?
Kicks every day, yeah.
Ah. Have we got any ideas what names?
Yeah, Danielle wants Riley off at Hollyoaks.
Bruce and Danielle's third child is due in 2 weeks. Danielle's iron levels have been unusually low during the pregnancy. Katie's worried this could lead to complications in labour.
You know, I explained to you yesterday I've got to do your bloods again and see if we can find reasons, you know, for your bloods being a little bit low.
Go over that way with that. I want to see it.
You have to turn your head that way.
I'm watching my telly, thanks.
Alright, you sit and watch your telly. I'll do this.
Bruce and Danielle are both unemployed and the family rely on benefits. They haven't had a cooker in their house for almost a year.
Press them there as hard as you can. So you're eating plenty?
Yeah, I eat sweet corn and all that lot.
And green things as well, broccoli and stuff, and like raisins are good as well. Do you like raisins?
No. They're the minging.
I haven't got on without a cooker.
Microwave, chip pan, chippies, kebab shops.
Alright. Are you a good cook?
I do homemade lasagna and macaroni cheese.
Alright. Yeah, you better watch out, and we'll come round here for some dinner. I'll see you later.
I see him when he comes down here.
Oh, well.
Alright, say bye, Tyler.
They eat a lot of takeaways and fast food. So obviously there's not much iron in a pizza. So I think it's been like, it looks like it's been the diet, but they are working with the family support worker to get a cooker, and we are working with them to go to some cooking classes and things.
Rachel's come back to see Katie at the Birkenhead drop-in. Last week, there were concerns about her baby's heart rate.
It's better than last week.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Are you going to be living at your mum's, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to be staying with you.
I don't know what I'd do without my mum helping me with the kids. How's your mood and everything going?
That's not great.
Still feeling a bit down? How come you feeling a little bit down?
Because I don't want it. So I suppose I'm just not excited about it. Without sounding weird, like, you're meant to want all these things for your children and stuff like that, but I couldn't give a stuff at the moment. Like, I've no, like, instinct maternally to look after this thing in my belly at the moment, but I suppose it'll be different when it's born, hopefully.
Rachel's feelings about her baby have raised concerns amongst the midwives. She's been referred to Helen, a midwife who specialises in mental health.
How do you feel about this baby now inside you?
It freaks me out. It doesn't feel, you know, like the way people say it's always beautiful and all that, it's natural. And it's like, it might be natural, but it doesn't mean it's beautiful.
Okay. So if you don't think it's beautiful, how else would you describe how you feel about it? Do you talk to the baby at all?
No.
No. Okay. Are you looking forward to baby being born?
No.
No. Okay. You feel your baby wriggling around well?
Yeah. See, that I find that annoying. I don't find that sweet.
Okay. I'm picking up very much so that you are not having any bond really at all with the unborn baby. She has a concern, and she is somebody we need to watch very closely. Mainly, I think, from an emotional point of view, because obviously she's got to be able to look after a baby when she gets home, and that's challenging at the best of times. Whether or not we're going to be able to make everything smooth for her, I don't know, but I do hope that with Rachel we can turn things around for her so that she can enjoy her baby.
Midwife Cheryl works in East and West Wirral. She sees how families on both sides cope with their new arrivals. Today, she's making home visits on the East.
So have you noticed any lumps, bumps, bruises, rashes?
No.
Nothing? Nothing you're worried about?
No.
Okay. And underneath, is that okay? You didn't need stitches?
No.
Okay. You know, the next couple of days, right here, Dolly Parton, yeah? Or should I say Jordan? Okay. Time to get his camera out. Okay. All right. See that like birthing head? They just get on with it and do it. It's not like an illness or a massively big thing to them. And it's so easy, in a way, to look after the girls from birthing head because that's what they do. You know, they don't want you for anything, really. There's a big difference between them and, like, the West Wirral women. A lot of them are career people, so it's a big shock when they have a baby. You can be there for like 2 or 3 hours just chatting to reassure them that they're doing everything right, because this baby's not conforming to the standard they're expecting, you know.
Is the snorting definitely normal? He does it quite a lot. He's like... Is that like a normal noise that people...
Yeah.
It's normal for them to have a little bit of dry skin, isn't it, as well? No, I'm not really worried. I think it's just like normal, but it's because I started reading about it, and I was like, your new mum probably gets worried that the baby's going to die at some point.
Mum worries.
They are really emotional, you know. I feel like I want to do that with a wand and make it right, you know, and just make it right for them when you know that's, you know, the sensible part of your brain says, no, you can't do that. But actually, the caring side of you wants to just do that and make it all right, you know.
Molly.
In West Wirral, 2 midwives will attend Sally's home birth. There's a chance she won't have met them before, so she's hired a doula, a private birth partner who will be with her during her labour.
Oh, Molly!
Today, Anne's come round to go through the birth plan Sally's written for the midwives.
We'll create our own birthing environment, a peaceful and quiet room with dimmed lighting, relaxing music, contractions to be referred to as surges, and no references to pain or hurt. All decisions to be made by us. Questions to be directed to Anthony and you.
That's right.
So that I can do the breathing calm, low tones, free of pushing prompts, and breastfeeding as soon as possible. So,
Brilliant.
yeah, that's great.
On the east side, midwives deal with 10 times more teen pregnancies than in the west. The Wirral's teenage mums are seen throughout their pregnancy by midwife Camilla.
Are you still with Jake?
No.
No, right. Is he still going to come and see the baby, or?
No.
And your family's happy about everything that's going on? Yeah. And then you're going back to school after the baby?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on in the hospital school.
Yes, a lot of our young women are from areas on the Wirral that are known more for deprivation. Reasons behind that could be a history of exclusion from school. They might be the daughters of young mums themselves. There's a level of acceptability, it's what you do next.
Camilla is concerned that Rachel is finding pregnancy more difficult than most young mums she sees.
Hi Rachel, how are you? Okay. Are you? Ish. Yeah. Is there something you're scared of? Is there something particular of it? Is labour, delivery? Is there an aspect that's stopping you getting excited?
No.
So you're not scared?
I know, I'm not stupid. I know labour's going to be bloody painful.
But because you're feeling quite ambivalent now, that doesn't mean that's going to go on forever. Yeah. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're sort of expecting the worst. I think that's your fear. You're going to see this baby, you're not going to feel anything for it, you're not going to bond, you're worried.
I'm expecting to fall in love with it because it's natural. It's natural to do that, so you think it's going to happen, but what you know. And plus I think it's the fact that, like, me and my partner were still really new, and I didn't want, that was a bit embarrassing, to be honest. I've been with someone like a month and you're up the door.
I think somewhere along the line you're actually judging yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I'm very, yeah. Because I look at other 18-year-old mums, you know what I mean, and think, ugh. And then I have bloody young one.
Okay.
So yeah.
You've not actually done anything wrong. You've not done anything wrong. You're having a baby, you've not killed someone. So embarrassment and guilt just got to come out of the equation here, babes, because you've got nothing to be embarrassed about, you've got nothing to be guilty about, okay? I'm going to go get you some tissues.
Okay. Bollocks.
You okay?
Yeah, I think it's just hit home now. Like, she's hit the nail on the head there. I am just judging myself.
Just loosen them for me a little bit, Danielle. Sorry, what's your name?
Bruce.
Bruce.
Bruce and Danielle have come into hospital. Danielle is in labour. Midwife Sue is on duty.
You're more than 5, actually, yeah. I could stretch us to what we wanted in a way, really. It's very stretchy.
I've had everything sorted the last 5 weeks. Probably God limits off then. If it's like a girl, then the boys will be excited. And so will Bruce as well, so he said, I'm done, I'm not having any more, I'm bad enough.
I wouldn't be looking at the baby when it comes out. I'll be at the top end. You can't stand blood one bit. Keep the blood to yourself.
I'll just open a few bits.
Though her labour is progressing quickly, Danielle is coping with just gas and air.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Bruce, I think, is just particularly excitable at the moment. He's quite excited. That would drive me nuts if I was in labour. But I don't dislike the music, but it's perhaps not the most appropriate stuff. But not everybody's into whale noises either, are they? So.
Go with it, and you see the deep kicking it. Being good this time. I used to get balls.
Just a sec, Bruce. Sorry. You're getting a bit of pressure. Yeah. Oh well.
moving on a bit. Take another suck on your gas and Danielle. Nearly there. What time is that, do you think? Oh, here we are. Baby's out. Hey. Hello. Do you want to lift baby up yourself? No? Hey.
Is the baby older?
Oh, sorry. Where's your baby? I'm sorry if I drowned you. You haven't drowned her.
Oh,
little boy.
It's a boy, babe. It's all right, babe. Don't worry, they can do what they do.
It's fine. No room to manoeuvre.
Can't believe it's a boy again.
Oh, he's just talk.
I want to be girl.
Beautiful.
I'm a bit gutted I wanted the girl, but end of the day, it's a little boy. What you should be happy with, is it, mate?
She was brilliant. It was just at the end, before she started to push, she made a bit of noise then. But otherwise, she was silent, wasn't she? And the placenta plopped out nice and quick as well.
Four miles away in West Wirral, Sally is now a day overdue. She's doing everything she can to get things started.
These are my hypno-birthing images to help with the visualisation, to help. I have to imagine the thinning and opening and the opening of the cervix, which is represented by the picture. It's just supposed to help bring on labour, really. Come on, cervix.
The midwives have told Sally to keep mobile if she wants to bring on labour.
I don't want him to stay in there much longer in case he gets too big. And it's more difficult to get him out then. So that's why I'm quite keen for him to come soon. I'm not very good with pain either. So despite the fact I'm having a home birth and trying not to have any pain relief, I'm not the best with pain.
Jan has offered to visit Sally at home to see if she can hurry things along.
I'll examine you inside, see what's happening in there, and see if we can tickle this labour into coming. Good. I'm touching the head now.
Touching the head?
Yeah, just going through the cervix. This is where the baby has a little head massage. There's not a lot of hair on it. Okay, you ready for this now? Take a deep breath in. Breathe out slowly. Well done. Right, we'll do one for the road and then we'll leave it be. Right, big breath in and breathe out slowly. Okay, well done. Coming out.
Sally knows that if she's more than 2 weeks overdue, it'll no longer be safe to have the home birth she wants.
Might see you tomorrow.
Oh, I hope so.
All right, bye then.
Okay, bye-bye.
Had you literally just pulled in at the car park as when he popped out?
Back at the hospital, midwife Sue has had an unexpected arrival.
You did deliver? Oh, I thought it was just...
Gemma, a young mum from Birkenhead, has given birth in the back of an ambulance. While the baby arrived in the ambulance, the midwives still have to deliver the placenta.
Just pop it out, it's coming on its own. Good girl. All right. Pain started at 4 o'clock. I mean, what are we now? Just 6:45 she delivered. That is incredibly fast for a first
labour by anybody's standards, isn't it? And she's had a lovely low-risk pregnancy, so the placenta all looks lovely and complete and healthy. And baby is fine. Younger girls often labour extremely well. It just goes to show you're in your prime for having babies when you're sort of late teens, early 20s. Professional women tend to leave it as late as possible now. They want to have it all, the career, the nice car, the holidays, and then by the time they test the fertility, they unfortunately sometimes find it's too late, which is sort of what happened to me actually, but that's another story. I am making a right bloody mess here, aren't I?
Gemma is taken upstairs to the maternity ward to recover with baby Ollie.
I love his little nose. I'm glad I had him when I had him. Because I'm 22 and Lewis is 24 now. So I think if we'd have left it any longer, I'd have felt a bit old. Because people have babies really young nowadays, don't they? So I feel quite old at 22 just having me first, because all my mates have got like 2 by now.
Come in. Right. So hello everyone, I'm Jen, one of the community midwives for Birkenhead. I'm going to start on the MLU, which is the midwife-led unit, which is this part. So if you want to come...
Rachel and Tom have come on a tour of the delivery suite. Their baby is due in 5 weeks' time.
Okay, all come in. Definitely recommend you all try and go in the pool. There's a little seat. Now mums can sit on that, but I recommend you don't really sit on that. I recommend you crouch over like that. Dads, unfortunately, you can't whip your Speedos on and jump in because the pool, as you can see, it isn't that big. Also in these rooms is the gas and air again, straight there if you want it. And years ago they used to say, oh, it's like laughing gas, but I doubt you'll be laughing when you use it. Come in. Okay, and this is baby Riley, born today, 28 minutes past 2. And he's lovely. So, only born today, so he's really newborn. And he's gorgeous. So, this will be what your Baba looks like, all his hair. He's gorgeous, isn't he? And a lovely weight. Yeah, good boy. So, this makes it feel more real for you, because this won't be too long.
It's just scary seeing a newborn baby in front of you, because you see pictures, you know, on Facebook and things like that, but when you actually see a real newborn baby, oh, I'm getting really freaked out.
Three weeks later, Rachel's baby is making its presence felt.
I find it funny when it punches and stuff like that sometimes. Like, you know, you can see it moving now. Like, you can just watch, like, feet and hands running over your stomach. Like, something kicking you and punching you from the inside. Other than that, I've got no real feeling towards it. I've got no real bond. But I've got no real hatred or anything like that towards it either. Like, I can still be a great mum without loving him. Maybe.
Would you want that?
No, it's not great really, is it? If you don't feel love towards a child, why would you bother looking after it and stuff like that?
You think that you should get pregnant and you should feel this sudden urge, this gush of love, and be all maternal about it. And some women aren't like that, some women are like that, some women really enjoy the pregnancy and everything, but some women aren't like that. Some women, it takes time to bond with the baby, and even after the baby's born, it can take a few weeks, you know, to bond with the baby.
The day after Danielle is discharged from hospital, Katie has come to do her first checkup.
Your answer? Usually they're on the first day, they've been up all night, haven't they, though? Hi Bruce, it's Kate, the midwife. You're on your way home now, I just need to check Danielle and the baby. What are you off doing down Birkenhead shopping? Well, you've got to be careful, you know, in case she has a bleed or anything. You'd end up back in the hospital. Oh. Is it alright if we have a little look at him?
Yeah, I'm just going to take this bit of stick out of his mouth.
Oh. Do you want me to take his little coat off?
No, I'm going to take Hal to school and stuff.
Take it easy, Danielle, you know.
Oh, I will do.
How's your cooker getting on?
What cooker?
I thought you got a cooker.
Got it.
Why?
It's too high volume, it could blow all the recce ball. Got to sell it now and get a new one.
I was waiting for my macaroni cheese.
Well, I was waiting for my homemade lasagna.
Oh, lasagna. You're doing well, but you just need to take it easy a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Advised to rest.
4 days after her due date, Sally's waters have broken and she's gone into labour. Jan isn't on shift tonight. Lorraine is the midwife on duty. She'll be working alongside the doula, Anne.
I've never ever worked with a doula, and I think they're just an extra supportive birthing partner, really. That's what they are there for. We are the prime caregiver. Obviously, I didn't need to build such an intense relationship with Sally because she's got that from a doula. So I think she just likes to have the safety of us in the background. Blow out through the mouthpiece.
Oh, it feels so much better being in here.
Yeah.
Sally has asked her husband Anthony to keep the water in the pool at the right temperature.
No!
What?
That bucket I've been cleaning the floors with. And it was filthy.
An hour later, a second midwife, Michelle, arrives ready for the delivery.
I was here first, before the doula, so I think I had a bit of time with her on my own, and so I want to be there and give support and stuff, so that's what we want at the end of the day, isn't it? It just feels strange, because I just feel like, she's doing part of my job.
The midwives keep a close eye on Sally, but because she has a doula looking after her, she doesn't always want both of them in the room.
You're joking?
Just after 5 in the morning, there's a noise from upstairs.
That was sneaky. Oh, fantastic. Anthony, we missed it. Oh my God, that turned.
Oh, let me see you.
Oh, he looks like his brother and sister, doesn't he?
After 6 hours in labour, Sally has given birth. It's all gone to plan.
She was so in control, you know, it was just great. She sort of breathed him out more than she'd done anything else, so it was just amazing, amazing. So, good job, well done, and she was a star.
Just let you know we've delivered. Delivery at 5 o'clock, placenta's out and everything. So we'll be heading back probably by about 7 o'clock-ish, something like that. Whether I feel whether I supported them or not makes no difference. It's what she feels. You know, at the end of the day, this is her delivery, it's not my delivery. It's how she feels, and if she felt that we supported her and she got the delivery she wanted, that's all that matters, really.
On the east side, Katie is on her way to visit a mum who gave birth 2 weeks ago. But she won't be examining the newborn baby. It has already been taken into care by social services.
It's hard being a midwife in Birkenhead. I mean, when you first start dealing with it, it's like a big shock. I'm not saying it gets normal, it doesn't get normal, and it doesn't get any easier, but it's just it is part of your job.
Katie has been in close contact with the mum throughout her pregnancy.
Hiya, you alright?
The mother of the baby has chosen not to be identified.
What about your legs? Any pain or swelling?
No. I've just had a bit of back pain.
This isn't the first time that social services have been involved. She's had a number of other children removed at birth because of very serious allegations made against the father. In the weeks since this birth, she's been allowed to visit her baby under supervision.
So how's the baby doing?
He's taking his bottles. Sleeping through the night now.
Oh, is he? God, he's doing well, isn't he?
He was doing it in the hospital, so...
Model child, isn't it?
All my babies sleep through the night.
Aww. It's just really sad, and it pulls at your heartstrings, and it is the right thing to do, you know, for the baby at this moment in time, so... But I don't think it makes it any easier when you go in there and there's, like, the empty Moses basket. And it was brought up in a lot of the meetings that maybe she should be offered to be sterilised, but it's a human right, isn't it, to have children, whether it's the right or wrong thing to do. I don't know, but you can't sterilise nobody without their consent. You know, is she going to come back in 10 months' time again, pregnant, and we're going to go through the whole situation again?
The mother has given Katie a thank you card.
To Kate, happy Christmas and all the best. P.S. Thanks for all the support you have given me while I have been pregnant. It really means a lot to me and baby. Just wish there was something more that you could do, don't you? But I think it's the world, isn't it, that we live in, which is sometimes lovely and sometimes horrible.
Rachel has come to hospital with her mum and her boyfriend Tom.
Okay. All right, come on in, mister. Tell me a story. What's been going on?
I've been getting contractions since like midnight last night.
How often are they coming?
They were every 3 to 4 minutes.
So, chill out, put your feet up on the bed. So what names have you got for this baby then?
None.
None? It's baby girl or baby boy?
Dunno.
Right, okay, let me have a feel of your tummy. Okay, the head's lovely, isn't it? What's normal? I don't think you're in active labour. She's 3 centimetres. Okay. Right, 1 to 10. That's where you are. Right. I'll get to that.
Wow.
And we can leave you.
That's so cool.
What, that's cool?
That, yeah, like, your body can do that.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you're doing it yourself, so you're doing really well.
I thought I was in labour.
Come on then, let's go.
Rachel is sent home to wait for her labour to progress.
People keep texting me saying, is there any baby news? And it's like, there obviously wouldn't be, because I'd write something, you know, just really quick on Facebook. I'd write something really quick on Twitter just to, like, let people know. So I don't understand the point of asking me. But it's just really, especially because nothing's happening.
A day and a half later, Rachel comes back to the delivery ward.
Contractions are getting a lot worse.
Contractions are getting a lot worse. Yeah? What number baby is it, love?
Huh?
What number baby?
1.
Number 1. Okay. A cold on your tummy. Happy little baby. She's still 3 centimetres dilated. I know, it can take a long, long time to actually get into labour. She'll know when she's in labour.
In the early hours hours of the following morning, Rachel is back again.
So your waters went at 2:45? Yeah. Just breathe and blow, long and slow.
What the fuck? Oh, what are you doing, man? What's he doing?
Breathe in. Fabulous. You're going to give me secrets away in a minute on this.
Oh.
Breathe in. I'm only joking. Breathe in. You going wooey yet? Bit woo? Do you like it?
No, but.
Right, okay.
That's a pretty board.
It's what? That's a birthing board. Do you want to sit on it?
No, it's pretty though.
Do you like it? Oh, it's all right. There we go.
There's nothing you can do. You feel like you should help, but you can't. I want to be like with her, but she's also got a mum there and a midwife, and I just got to kind of sit back and, I don't know, because I don't want to overcrowd, but I don't want to look like I'm not bothered. So.
How we doing, love? All right, yeah. Look a bit tired, a bit spaced.
I haven't slept in. How many days? 4 nights.
I think she's not that enthusiastic, is she, at the moment? It's scary, isn't it? She's young, it's scary, it's not what she planned. But she's doing well, she's progressed, she's 6 centimetres. Be positive, she's more than halfway there. I don't know what her pain threshold is. I mean, she's just mentioned then about an epidural. I don't think she needs an epidural. If she wants one, she can have one. It's up to her.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's anything.
I was just going to say, do you want some paracetamol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything like, you know, like hardcore
drugs?
Drugs. Give me your drugs.
Not at the minute. No. Paracetamol are very good. Okay.
Right.
Nice deep breaths. Come on. Stay nice and calm. Good girl. I want you to really listen to me, and I'll talk you through every step of it. Okay?
I'm not having an epidural.
No, you're not having an epidural. If you want to use your gas, take a nice breath on your gas. I want you to listen to your body. Do what your body's telling you to do. Go with it, Rachel. Nice breaths. Go with it. Good girl. Breathe through it for me. Fantastic there. You're pushing your baby out. Baby's coming round that little U-bend.
Are you seeing a baby yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Almost. When you're nice and relaxed. Take another breath.
Go on.
Can't push if you haven't got breath in your lungs. Go on.
That's it.
Good girl.
What's that? I can feel something.
That's the baby's head. Stretching everything.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Another big breath in. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Big breath. You're there.
Another big push. Go on.
Well done.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Rachel.
So you got 3 days.
Oh.
You're allowed to swear when you're in labour, love.
Oh.
Just go with your body. Next big push, baby's head will be out.
The head's not out.
No, it's there. Go. Big push. Into your bottom. Big push. Go on. Go on. Rachel, look down. Rachel, look down. Look down.
Baby.
Look down. Oh, there's your baby.
Happy birthday.
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to have a look? You have a look. You have a look. You've got a daughter. Hello. Hello, baby. Happy birthday, young lady. They just do it. They know they've got to do it, and they do it. And whatever kicks in, don't know. But she just controlled herself so well, and seen the result. Beautiful. We all get it. We all get that little choked bit. It's a very, very privileged position having your hands on that new life. Room 4, delivered. There we go.
Hiya, congratulations. You're a star. She's heard my voice already, hasn't she? Oh, she's lovely, isn't she? When you were at sleep and you wake up and think, oh, what do we do? What have we called her? Rose. Oh. With the Titanic.
Rachel stays in hospital overnight. The following day, Camilla, the teen pregnancy midwife, comes to see how she's coping.
Hello. Hiya. So how are you feeling, sort of bonding-wise and stuff, or is it too early to tell?
At the moment, I think I'm just getting to know, because I'm not confident like picking her up or anything yet. But I feel alright because like she's mine. Yeah.
Do you feel proud of what you've done?
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
She's fantastic.
She's pretty cute.
You did make that from an egg?
You had a bit to do with
Yeah,
it,
but no, I mean, you honestly, you grew her from an egg. You've got a whole other human being there, and you made her. So you should feel really clever and really proud.
So breasts are fine.
Yes.
Bowels all right.
Yes.
You know I can visit for up to 28 days.
Yes.
But I'm not concerned in any way about you or about Charlie. Very best of luck. Look forward to seeing you next time.
No, it's recent enough.
So I'll see you in about, what, 18 months? 2 years, max? I think you said that last time, didn't it?
I did, yes.
Bye-bye, little boy. All right, bye, Sally. See you in a couple of years.
Yeah.
You alright to turn the music off? Turn it off for a bit while I'm here. For my final time.
In Bruce and Danielle's house, the baby isn't the only new arrival.
Have a look. Oh, that isn't it great? You will be a super chef, won't you? He's lovely, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hello, blue eyes. Conception, yes, you're on the pill. But we don't want no more babies. Hey. Right, strawberries. See you again. Bye. See you back. You're a bit sad to see them go, because you've looked after them for a while, haven't you, and been involved in their life for a while.
Rachel and baby Rose have been discharged from hospital and are going home for the first time.
She's really bloody cute. She's really cute. Isn't she cute?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna them.
And that's all you need, isn't it, in life? You know, love, isn't it? Love and support. And you don't need money, you don't need materialistic things. It'd be nice, but, you know, it's two different worlds, isn't it? Well, they all come out the same way, don't they?
McIntyre and Alex James from Blur visit the Rob Brydon show. His new series begins next on BBC Two.
I'm your midwife and I'm going to be looking after you.
Midwives are responsible for bringing our children safely into the world.
You have to make a very, very intimate relationship with somebody you've never met before in your life.
I apologise. She's not done anything wrong. You're having a baby, you've not killed someone.
But now they're facing the highest birth rate in 40 years.
Too many women having babies, that's the problem.
Parents are more demanding.
I just don't feel that she's been getting any answers.
And pregnancy is more complicated.
We're worried. Do you know we're worried?
When you see your baby come out like he did, you just think, oh no.
Yeah, fine. I just delivered my first baby. Like the best feeling in the world.
This is what it's really like to be a midwife in Britain today. This is the Wirral, a small peninsula between Liverpool and Wales. It's a place of two worlds divided by the M53. On the west are some of the wealthiest postcodes in Britain. The east is home to some of the most deprived. But no matter where they live, the babies and new mums in the Wirral are looked after by the same team of midwives from Arrowe Park Hospital.
Sometimes on labour wards, we have two babies from totally different backgrounds, and you think, one baby's going to go back to a mansion and one baby's not, but whose life's going to be any better? You don't know, do you?
The midwife's job is very different depending on which side of the Wirral they work. Katie works in Birkenhead on the east side.
In Birkenhead, there is like a lot of child protection issues. I have been in houses where the toilet was broke, so they were actually going to the toilets in empty milk tins.
A lot of Katie's time is spent tracking down mums who haven't turned up for their checkups.
It takes up a huge amount of your time, really, following people around. And you think, oh, it'd be easier to turn up to a 15-minute appointment.
The midwives have come up with a plan to deal with women who skip their appointments. They put midwives on the high street. A few doors up from Primark is a drop-in centre, the only one of its kind in the country.
Do you want to feel his little head?
Katie works here regularly. Today, she's seeing 18-year-old Rachel and her boyfriend Tom. Rachel is 7 months pregnant, but hasn't been to her last two midwife appointments.
Oh, how's things been going?
All right.
Okay. So you think it's 1 week?
Yeah.
So should you know what you're having?
No.
Nice surprise.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Oh. Measure a little bit under, it's about 28 centimetres. I just have a little listen in, baby's heartbeat. Okay, it's a little bit faster. Normal.
Could it be because I've just drank coffee?
It might just be the coffee. But just to be 100% sure, is it alright if we refer you up to the hospital? I'm going to put you on the monitor, you see, for them to have a little listen in. Is that okay?
Yeah, when will that be?
Probably now, is that okay?
Yeah.
There's a number of reasons why people don't come and see the midwife. They don't want to. Sometimes it's like an acknowledgement of the pregnancy. If we've got to go and see a midwife, we've got to acknowledge that, you know, I'm pregnant and this is really happening.
Rachel and Tom are sent to the hospital so the baby can be checked. The midwives want to be sure the baby's heart rate is normal. They'd only been together a month when Rachel got pregnant.
Her mum asked if we were being careful, which we weren't. Well, she told her mum that I bought condoms that were too big for me. So Mum thinks I'm a bit of a...
It was literally just a drunken thing. We were just messing around and one bottle of amaretto too much. So...
How did your mum react when you told her?
I was lying in bed and then she must have heard me crying or something, came in and she just asked me, "Are you pregnant?" I was like, "Yeah." And then she just kind of went, "Right. Are you sure you want to keep it?" And I knew like abortion and things like that weren't really an option because I've just seen so many people struggle to even just become pregnant, never mind like miscarriages, nothing like that. Like just because of my age and my circumstances doesn't mean I can just throw away that life so easily. It's my own fault for getting in that mess. If it is a mess, I don't know.
Do you really think it is a mess?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom is planning to move in with Rachel and her mum when the baby arrives.
I don't know, it's quite scary. It's still like a really new relationship and then to be talking about moving in together. It's mental. But you see couples like that one all the time.
And Jeremy Kyle.
See, I've just got so many images of myself walking around with a pram with some screaming toddler, or like years later on the school run, starting on hoovering. That's my idea of hell.
Like, I think you don't see how you want to be as a parent, but living around here, you see how you don't want to be and what you don't want to do. Like, I'd rather it hadn't happened now. But now that I'm used to it, I'm excited.
Good for you. Well done.
On the other side of the motorway, West Wirral is a different world. This is where midwife Jan works.
This afternoon we're going to visit a woman who is 36 weeks pregnant and she wants to have a home birth. Hi, Sally.
37-year-old Sally is a business development manager for a multinational company. She's expecting her third child and knows just how she wants this birth to be.
So, home birth and a water pool I would like, again.
Pool will be here.
Yeah.
Where's your bathroom for your tubing?
It's just next door.
Right next door.
Yes.
Check those taps and check the pressure that the water comes out at.
Okay.
It'll be lovely.
Yes.
As long as that floor's strong enough.
My first birth was in a hospital and it was really hard and it went on for a long time and it was a bit of an emergency in the end, quite scary. So once maybe you've had not such a good experience, then you'd quite like to try and do the opposite.
Although midwives encourage women to consider home birth, they also have to mention some of the risks.
Potential complications, and you know for somebody like yourself it's extremely rare for any of these things to happen.
Yeah.
First one on our list, fetal hypoxia is where the baby's oxygen level starts to reduce during the labour. Shoulder dystocia is where the baby's head delivers but the shoulders get stuck. It's placental abruption, where the placenta abrupts or detaches from the wall of the uterus. Umbilical cord prolapse. There's a chance that the cord can come down in front of the baby's head. And what you need to do is immediately push it back inside and dial 999.
Yeah.
So can I ask you to sign this to say that I've been through all those potential complications, to say that you want the pool and that you understand that should these things happen, we would strongly advise you to transfer in, but at the same time you know that they're not likely to happen, and hopefully they won't.
There are some people that do think, how can you put your baby at risk by choosing to have this birth experience and have this home birth? Whereas my view is the opposite. It's that, you know, I think it's the safest way, and I think things that can escalate in hospital and the complications that I had the first time is more risky.
I love home births. I personally had all my 3 children at home, even though I was a labour ward sister at the time. So I'm very in favour of keeping things as normal as possible.
Back at the hospital, Jan is making arrangements for Sally's home birth.
This is the baby resuscitation equipment with the oxygen. Enough oxygen for the baby.
She's preparing a pack she'll send to Sally's house.
This is her pool, and these are the pool kits. Delivery pack. Suture set for stitching, if you need it. Splash glasses to protect our eyes. This is all just in case stuff. You don't actually need much to deliver a baby except a pair of gloves, cord clamp and a pair of scissors.
Jan runs classes for expectant parents in West Wirral.